Cool. Hi, Kimberly. Hi, Anita. Okay, everybody's starting to come on now, and we're already getting questions here. Let's see. What are you asking here? Before this scrolls away and it goes into like history and I never get to see it, Anita, I'm gonna read your question right now, um, because you were quick with it. Okay, so we reward quickness here. Let's see. Okay, so Anita's asking a question. Could having a C-section make breastfeeding harder? My first two were vaginal. My milk ejection reflex was much better with them. So was supply. My C-section baby, I had a week letdown and had to take medication to keep up supply. I did tons of skin to skin too. Any other suggestions? Anita, such a good question. And let me answer it in two ways. One is that there are two things that are important when we're looking at your milk production. One of them is what happens and how your initial milk comes in. And that really has to do with a hormonal issue. So it's not an issue, it's just a hormonal response. Initially, your body will make colostrum. So while you're pregnant, and now I have a bunch of you guys that I know had posted that this is your first pregnancy, you know nothing about breastfeeding, and then you're here for the chat. So I'm going to just take you back right now and just give you the basics a little bit. And for all of you guys, when you're pregnant, you will start to make colostrum. And a lot of you will see that right at the end of your pregnancy or even midway through that you'll make some colostrum. And then what'll happen is when you deliver, what prevents your body from actually making that full mature milk, okay, that you see several days after delivery is actually the hormone progesterone that is very high because your placenta is creating it, your body's creating it, and that prevents your milk from actually coming in. What happens after or during birth is that the placenta delivers. Whether you had a vaginal birth or you had a C-section, the placenta delivers. And when the placenta comes out, you have this huge hormonal shift that occurs where the progesterone goes down, prolactin increases, and a few days later you will get your milk. And that's why people who don't even breastfeed or are planning to formula feed right from the beginning, they still get their milk in because it's not about supply and demand at that point. It's more of a hormonal shift. So to answer the first part of your question, Anita, even if you have a C-section, your milk is still going to come in and it should be the same. Now, that being said, moms who have C-sections do tend to have more of a delayed time in their milk coming in. Sometimes it can be an issue with your actual overall milk supply. And the reason for that is not about that hormonal shift, but because anyone who has IV fluids, Pitocin, that kind of thing during labor, which if you had a C-section, you're going to have IV fluids. Depending on the reason of your C-section, you might have had a lot of IV fluids. If you've been in labor for a long time, or everybody's coming on. I just need to say hi. Hi, everybody. Oh my goodness. Okay, see all my favorite names here. Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, good. So now I'll keep talking. Just needed to say hi. So, if you're getting a lot of IV fluids or you're getting a lot of Pitocin in labor, that can increase the time in which your milk comes in or delay the time. Okay, so that's all really important, and that's for anyone who had that in labor, whether it's a C-section or a vaginal delivery. Other things, it all kind of depends on the reason for the C-section. If you had a lot of blood loss, if you had anything like that, could delay your milk from coming in. Okay, Anita's saying I was able to express small amounts of colostrum. I got milk on day 4. I was only on IV fluids for 6 hours. Okay, great. So yeah, but see, that's actually normal. And so that's what I would expect to see is that, your milk came in on day 4, you had colostrum for the first few days. That's actually not really delayed. And, you'll see that your baby will still be peeing and pooping and that colostrum's still there. The thing that will mostly impact going forward, how your milk supply maintains beyond that initial amount coming in, those first few days don't determine whether the milk will come, but it will affect how many receptor sites you have in your breast so that it can make or break, let's say, your milk supply later on. It's not something you can't correct, but you can see a difference. So lots of skin to skin in those early days, lots of putting the baby to breast for stimulation. You don't need to do long feedings. And for those of you guys that have taken my class, that you know, I don't believe in long feedings in those first few days, but frequent small feedings that will keep stimulating the nipple and keep building those prolactin receptors so that you'll make a nice big abundant supply moving forward through breastfeeding. Okay, so I hope that answered your question. I got a little technical there, but you know, sometimes I do that because it requires a technical answer. If you want to go back and rewatch it, if you didn't get everything I said, go back and rewatch. But just remember that, you know, lots of fluids in labor, more complicated births, more complicated labors and deliveries can delay your milk a little bit. Okay. Typically you don't do anything about it except keep watching the baby, watch for pees and poops, and then your milk will come in. But you want to be working with somebody if you're really concerned about it. Okay. So make sure that you contact the lactation consultant in your hospital or from home, wherever you are. You wouldn't have a C-section at home, but you know what I'm saying. Okay. So, hi, look at this. Okay, there's so many questions here. We need to go back here just a little bit and keep answering a few. Let's see. Kate asked a question. I have a huge freezer stash. My baby is 7 months old and I'm using a lot more frozen milk now. Should I expect her to drink more since she's older and it's different composition than my milk now? Okay. No. So, she won't be drinking more. And that's the whole thing with breast milk, is that the quantity doesn't change. Although what you're saying about the composition, it does change, but it's not enough to be really thinking about or worrying about if she's a little bit older and the milk is a little bit younger, especially if you're combining it with breastfeeding at the breast and then you're supplementing with this freezer stash, which you can do and start giving a little bit. I would also watch, like, when you're using the freezer stash, if you don't want your milk to dry up while you're feeding, then you want to make sure that you're either pumping and replenishing that, or your milk is going to not be, you're not going to keep making milk at those times when you need to be feeding the baby. So just be careful with the freezer stash that you have a huge stash. You don't necessarily need to use all of it. You could donate some of it if you have a huge freezer stash. If you plan to not breastfeed anymore, then of course keep giving it to the baby. But you know, the milk, the fresh milk, if it's there and the baby's nursing, that's always the best thing to do. Okay, that's always the best thing. So I know you got this huge freezer stash. What do you do with it? But you don't want to dry up your milk at the same time. So, okay. Let's see. Good question. Good question. Okay. Let's answer a question somebody posted. And let me just, since so many people joined us now, let me just remind you, what we're doing tonight. So I'm going to be answering your questions tonight, and we're also giving away an awesome prize from Earth Mama Angel Baby, who I love so much. I love those guys so much. I've been working with them for, gosh, how long has it been? A long time, like 2009 or something. Yeah, it's been like 7 years, and they're just some of my best friends, and I just love them, and I'm so happy to be doing this with them right now and to be announcing their brand new fantastic product called the Milk to Go Pumping Companion, and it's all their essentials in here. And why don't we show everybody what's inside the, do you guys want to see what's inside the bag? Somebody's going to win one tonight. You guys want to see what's inside the bag? How about some hearts for Earth Mama Angel Baby and for this amazing Milk to Go that gives you all the different essentials that you need for pumping, and if you're going back to work or if you're just going out and you want to take some stuff with you. It's just like great support for nursing and pumping moms. Yes. Who loves Earth Mama? Who loves Earth Mama as much as I do? Yes, I see all the hearts. I see all the hearts. Okay, yay. Okay, we got prizes. You guys love prizes. All right. So first, let me just say that all the stuff, okay, come inside this awesome tote. Okay, it's like this really cute, I don't know if you can see it from there, but it's this really cute, like black quilted tote bag that it's a cooler bag, okay? So it's got like an insulated inside in it, which is great. So this is like obviously what you could put all your stuff in, put your milk, and if you have a pump that's small enough, let's see if I have a pump. I think I have a pump that's small enough. You want to see a pump that's small enough? I got a pump that's small enough here. Yeah, we got the even flow. It will actually fit right inside the bag. Won't with all the stuff right there, but it will fit right inside the bag. And inside this bag, we have, the organic Milkmaid tea. Okay, Tasha's saying she does. You do. I'm assuming you're saying who wants this, or you have a pump that's small enough. That was the question, right?
Both.
That was the question. All right, so the organic Milkmaid tea, and this is awesome tea that you can drink to just, establish a good milk supply to keep your production up. It just tastes really good. It just supports you while you're breastfeeding with the herbs that will support healthy lactation. It's also really good to drink hot or cold. So if you're in the mood for iced tea and you want to make a pitcher of it, this is awesome to do that with. And they also included a little, I don't think it's in the bag. It's a little recipe card for a vanilla chai latte, right? It's not in here, but, is it? No, I'm sorry. Joe, you did very good. It's there. I'm sorry. Okay. It's the Milkmaid French vanilla chai. Okay. So a little recipe for that. That's how yummy this tea is. And it really is that yummy. Has anybody tried the tea? Is anybody drinking the Milkmaid tea right now as we speak? Yeah. You have the even flow and you love it. I'm so happy, Tasha. Yeah, I love it too. I love it too. Okay. So, and then it also has the nipple butter, okay, the Earth Mama nipple butter, which is the first non-GMO, organic, lanolin-free nipple cream out there, and it is the best stuff in the world. It's so smooth. It's not sticky and thick like lanolin. Yes, and it's lanolin-free, which that I really endorse, like no lanolin on the nipples. It has no toxins. It's great for even putting on your lips, chapped lips. We use it all the time, right, Jade? Yeah, she's nodding because I'll be like, where's the nipple butter? You got a little cut, you got a little something. Where's the nipple butter? And it works great, okay? And then we also have booby tubes, okay? And everybody asked me last time, what are booby tubes? Okay, booby tubes are great. They're these like gel-free breast packs that are filled with, it's like an organic cotton shell and it has natural flaxseed in it. And they wrap around your breast like that and they don't sit right on your nipple. I'm sure you can see what I'm doing here. And you can actually heat them up in the microwave and they get nice and warm, or you can freeze these and then they're cold. So it's great for like engorgement. You can use them really cold, or you can heat them up for letdown, which is excellent. If you're going back to work, this is a good thing to kind of heat up in the microwave, use to get a faster letdown with your pump.
Okay.
Right? Yes.
Val is asking where she could buy this.
Oh, where can she get these?
From the Facebook page.
Oh, yeah. Okay. If you guys are looking to purchase any of this stuff, you can go right to Earth Mama Angel Baby's wall, and actually their Facebook wall, and they've got a shop right there. You can go to earthmamaangelbaby.com and purchase right from there. You can also get it like everywhere, like Babies R Us. You can get it, I'm pretty sure, like you go on their website and see if there's a place where they say to go shop for it. Yeah, I see it everywhere. I see it in CVS, I see it in Target, I see it everywhere. So, but the easiest and best way is to go right to Earth Mama Direct, and they'll ship it right to you. And then last but not least is the Happy Mama body wash. This is their Castile soap, and this is their triclosan-free, toxin-free, organic, great soap. It makes you feel clean when you use it. I don't know. I use this on my face to wash my face, and we use it around the house. I love this. I travel with these little things right here. But this is great, especially for you when you're going to pump and be handling your parts, but also for your little ones when you're washing their hands, because you don't want to have any kind of chemical or from the soap on their hands and then their hands go in their mouth. This is safe, okay? So you want to stick to something safe. They make it in the big bottles too. All right, so all that comes inside the pumping milk to go pumping essentials, including companion essentials, including the tote, okay? And so someone's going to win that later. Who would like that? Who would like to have that as a prize?
Capital.
Who would like to have that? Give me some hearts. Tell me you want to have it. And if you guys want to win this tonight, you just have to, and I said this, I think, in the comment, you need to just like or love this post. You can do either. If you love it, you can love it. I would take love any day of the week. And you also need to comment here, and then we will randomly pick a winner, as we always do, okay? And if you are so inclined, please share this with your friends. You know, if you have friends, what are you saying? Oh.
Amanda Johnson just had her baby Friday.
Oh, congratulations, Amanda. On Friday. You had your baby on Friday. Oh, yay. Let's give Amanda some love for her new baby. What did you have, Amanda? A girl or a boy? Was it a girl or a boy, Amanda? Yeah. All right. We'll find out in a minute because there's always a delay here. Anyway, so yeah, if you want to share this with your friends, please do so. Not for me, but for them, okay? It's just, you know the kind of information you're getting. Tag someone, share this, invite them into our chat. So if you're thinking somebody's, you know, I know somebody's expecting, I don't know whether they're breastfeeding or not, just send them a little invitation and have them join us, because it's really, you know, and I've had people ask me, what's the best thing you could do to make sure that breastfeeding is successful? And that's to get the knowledge, to get educated, to have the confidence, to be empowered. That's going to be the thing that is going to help you the most. And it's why I love doing these chats. It's why I love hanging out with you guys. It's why I love answering your questions, because I know that it's making a difference. And so you can do the same thing for someone else. Just bring them on over. Did Amanda say what she had? A little boy named Rhett. I see that. Congrats. Congrats, Amanda. Another boy?
Carly said, I just had my baby boy Saturday morning.
Oh my goodness. Congrats. All the little newbie babies here. So exciting. So exciting. I'm so happy for you guys. It's so great.
I share you with every mommy every chance I get.
Aww.
You're always teaching me valuable things.
Thank you, Megan. Thank you. No, that's the best compliment, is that you would share me with your friends and your family, and trust me to teach them and support everyone you love, because that's what I want to do. So yeah, best thing you could do is let people know. Let's answer a few more questions. You guys want more questions? You guys want more questions? Let's do a few more, okay? We've got time here. Okay, next question. Carly asked the question, she said she went into labor while listening on last week's live chat. I put her right into labor. And now with a new baby, she has a whole new set of questions, which is completely understandable. Congratulations, Carly, too, as we're congratulating everybody here. What are your thoughts on breast shields? Also, should I be feeding my baby on both breasts for each feeding session, or can I switch off between breasts for each session? Okay, I'm not really sure that you asked what you plan to ask. You're asking me about breast shields, but I'm wondering if you're asking me about nipple shields. So I don't know if Carly's on with us right now, but she is. Yeah. She's the one who just said she had her baby Saturday morning.
Yes.
Okay. Now I gotcha. Okay. Carly, are you talking about nipple shields or breast shields? The little thing that goes over your nipple that the baby sucks on, or the shells that go over your breast in between the feedings for sore nipples or for inverted nipples, okay? Because there's a big difference between the two, and they're kind of confused sometimes and used interchangeably, but there's a difference. So if you answer that, then I can give you an answer to your question here. And then let's, while I'm waiting for that answer, let me move on to the second half of your question, which is, should you be feeding your baby on both breasts for each feeding session, or can you switch? Your baby was born on Saturday. So that means that your milk just recently came in. I'm assuming like in the last couple days, your milk fully came in. And if you're like most moms, it comes in with much more than your baby actually needs to eat. And so that stage in the beginning, when you have that much milk, it may be best to just feed on one side completely, and then the next feeding, feed on the other side for a couple of reasons. One is that one breast has more milk than your baby can actually even take in. Okay, a baby at 1 week old is eating about, I would say, around half to 1 ounce, maybe 1 ounce per feeding, maybe 1.5 ounces. Yeah, it's not a lot, and your one side is definitely making more, making enough for the baby. The reason to not switch is one, it will help your breasts to start adjusting faster so that you're not making as much. And two, there's something called hind milk and fore milk, and you want the baby to get that hind milk, which is the milk that comes last. Okay, so at the beginning of the feeding, there's fore milk. It's very watery. It's low in fat. And the baby's going to drink that. And if you take the baby off too soon and switch breasts, they're getting a lot of fore milk and never getting to that fattier milk that's going to help them to put weight on, to get back to birth weight, all those nice things that we want. So make sure that you stick to one side if you're really full. If you're not really full, and some moms don't get that engorgement, then you can absolutely switch breasts. It's really kind of individual. If you're asking the question, I'm kind of thinking that you want to stay on one side, and that's perfectly fine to do. Okay, great. So I didn't get an answer about nipple shields or breast shields, breast shells. I'm going to assume that you're asking about a nipple shield, and nipple shields are great when they're needed. Okay, they're great when they're needed. Nipple shields are like little silicone shields that go over the nipple when moms have specific issues. Sometimes it can be from, a baby that just won't latch, that is having a really difficult time latching to the breast. You can use a nipple shield to work with somebody with that. And again, with a nipple shield, I know you can go buy those, like walk into Babies R Us and just buy one, but I really don't recommend it. If you're really turning towards a nipple shield, please make sure you're working with a lactation consultant who knows what they're doing so that you don't interfere with your supply at all. You want to make sure that the baby's latching properly to that shield. Otherwise, it's not the shield that can decrease supply, but the fact that the baby's not eating well and you're not draining the breast. You won't know that unless you're doing a weighed feeding and you're working with somebody. So the nipple shield is great for a baby that won't latch. It's great for a baby for when moms have maybe inverted nipples that they're having a difficult time latching with. It can also work for very damaged nipples. So if you've gotten off to a really bad start, your nipples are bleeding and sore, that can really help too. So there is a use for nipple shields, and I've never seen anyone who needed to use it the entire time they were breastfeeding unless they chose to. Okay, unless they chose to. So don't be afraid of it, but do it with caution and do it with support. Okay, that would be my experience and my advice when it comes to a nipple shield. All right. Also, make sure that it's sized properly. You know, I see sometimes people are given, especially in the hospitals. I don't know why, but like all the time this happens. People are given nipple shields that are too small, like they're real small sizes, and their areola or not their whole nipple is being pulled into the shield, and that can cause pain when they're nursing. It could cause the milk to not drain. So you really want to be making sure that you're using one that's big enough too. Okay, great. Great information. I'm glad, Valerie. I'm glad you're liking this. I am liking it too. So I hope you're all learning something here. Okay. So let's move on to another question here. Chantel asked, and actually it was Chantel and Amy both asked the same question. They said, how do you know what flange size you are? And Amy said, I'm having such a hard time with flange size. How do I know which is correct? Flange sizes. Oh, flange sizes, you know. Okay, for those of you guys who don't know what a flange is, this is a flange, okay? That's a flange. That's called a flange. The flange is the part that goes up against your breast, okay? And they come in different sizes. Not everybody knows this. It's sort of one of those things that some people know. They come in different sizes. If you've been watching me for any amount of time, pretty much every time I talk about flange sizing and how important it is to have the right size flange when you're pumping, because it will interfere with how much milk you can get out. If you don't have the right size, it's gonna hurt when you pump, and two, it won't drain the breast the right way.